the hair.
I don't know what Josh Hartnett looks like.
Josh Hartnett in The Faculty. He's got that same hair. Anyway, we need to get back on track.
What, blunt fringe like mine?
Yeah. Like yours, but someone I fancy.
Right, Josh Carroll. He's got 350 TikTok followers, 450 Instagram followers. Imagine this is your biography. He's a social media whore. He's male. He's an influencer. He goes, I know you're big on... Who's this? I know you're big on TikTok, but what are your tactics when you get into the house? That's what Sonia said.
Shout out Jade Goody.
I've literally written shout out Jade here.
Even I could think of that whilst on an edible.
Wow. He's a social media genius, but he's got nothing on Josh Grant, I bet, I've written.
Also, why are you explaining your tactics when asked in front of two other people?
Some of the strategy amongst these VIPs
They've got a clue, have they?
Lacking.
Not a clue.
Mel, who's Mel? Stating outside the house. It can't be Mel.
Imogen, yeah. God, and what were you on at the time?
Because she lives on a farm. Stating outside the house that she has no strategy. She said she's got no strategy outside the house. That is a good strategy. To stay there and go, I've got no strategy.
Yeah,
though she
just
probably actually
make
hasn't.
Friends, yeah. Just to wear stupid clothes.
I've written, I like the kitchen tiles.
I didn't notice that. Oh, is it eyes?
Elongated. On the front of the counter there's eyes.
Yeah, I like that.
But they're like long, thin, green tiles. A bit like you get down the tube, actually, but the other way around.
Okay, got you.
Sonia having to shout over the fireworks, I've written.
Oh, I don't remember that, no.
Me neither. 3 times...
Maybe there was just fireworks going off outside your house.
No, it's like shh, as they walk down the runway, the pyrotechnics. So there's 3 of them with a February the 5th birthday.
Oh, that's
They all got called to the diary room for no particular reason. Nothing really happened, did it? Do you remember?
Just previous to that, I've got 2 bronze women know each other. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, there's 2 of them that know each other. I think it's...
They know each other. Yeah, February 5th birthdays. Big Brother's gone camp, I've put here.
Oh, really?
And then
the shoe thing. Was it the shoe thing?
Big Brother calling shoes hoof holders.
Holders. Must be an Australian
I
thing.
don't remember anything about that. What the hell was that?
Big Brother calls these people into the diary room who have got the same birthday. And I don't know why they conclude it. And they tell Omarosa and she goes, shut up! I've never heard Omarosa so animated in my life.
Yeah.
She sounded very excited. They went to the diary room. Omarosa was like, have you got a shoe cam, Big Brother? Because we didn't wear these shoes for nothing, you know. And then he made them like lift up their shoes to show them, to show Big Brother.
Oh, yeah. Some of them were horrible, I think.
Omarosa said about Big Brother's voice, he's got a bit of an edge. I like it.
Was that the camp Big Brother?
Well, it's the same Big Brother as every version.
I feel like there was another one on the scene. That was just in my own mind. Oh dear.
It's the same Big Brother the last 2 years anyway. But bear in mind, Omarosa's never really had to deal with a Big Brother.
No.
Just a producer going, Omarosa, can you tell us about when Brandy said this to you?
Just Alison Grodner.
Yeah. So the next group. Have you watched Married at First Sight Australia? Do you know Jessica Powell?
No, and I don't want to know. She looks rough as arseholes.
She said, if you don't like me, click on follow.
Well, how the fuck can I do that when I'm watching Big Brother Australia? Fast forward, I suppose.
Luke, he claims to be the king of the jungle, but that to us means he won I'm a Celebrity, get me out of here.
But no, he's on
Australian Survivor.
Laurie watched it and she said he was really good.
Sounds to me like he's been on it twice.
Oh, okay.
I want to actually watch that. I know you're not into Survivor, but I do.
You ain't going to watch that.
I tried, but Dan wasn't interested.
Well, I don't blame him.
And then here's a nice big character for you. You're like this guy, Dane.
I actually do like him.
I'm surprised.
There's something quite likeable about him.
He had an addiction, he had a car crash and all that stuff.
What's that got? What are you implying?
Yeah, I'm implying that you like his sub-story, that it's worked on you.
Well, here I've just written, what's his name, Dwayne or Dane?
Dane, but spelt wrong.
I've just written Dane Chav here. But I grew to like him over the next couple of episodes. It's the neck tattoos,
isn't it?
Oh, it's what that I like.
Awful.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say. No, there's something likeable about him. I don't know what yet, but I'll tell you when we get to it.
Oh, okay. Oh, Thomas Markle came in as well. He came in as a 4.
Came in as what?
A 4.
Oh, okay.
He goes, Prince Harry is my brother-in-law. That's how I got famous.
You're not famous. Meghan is embarrassed about where she comes from. It's rude to treat people like that.
I wonder why.
I'm embarrassed about where I come from. Admittedly, I'm not married to royalty now, but I can just imagine having these. I could just imagine having these magazine dealer people come out the woodwork when you're famous and be like, well, when she was a kid, Lindsay was, well, shut up. Like, you don't know her now. She don't want to know you. Fuck off, take the hint and go away. What you mean?
And that's a message to all of our listeners from Lindsay. Yeah, he called Megan selfish, self-centred and shallow, all in his VT.
Must run in the family.
I thought he'd get along well with Piers Morgan. Surprised he's not been cast.
He would.
Oh yeah, this went on Where Do I Recognise You From to Bernie.
Oh yeah.
Did you watch Wentworth? No. And that was the end of that conversation. Jessica fancies that footballer with the neck tattoos, Dane.
Oh.
Is it Jessica?
I
had Jessica and Imogen mixed up.
I had
with
them
the names
confused a bit,
at the start, so that could be false information.
I was confused. No, she said the chav was cute. No, I've put.
And then Big Brother was like, oh, he's married. And then Big Brother tried to put her on to Thomas's single. Do you remember that? That
was it. And then that Jessica was sitting in the dining room chair and she literally hadn't said a word. And Jack said, this woman seems like an absolute cunt. And I said, she's literally not said a word yet. And he said, she's a bitch, mark my words.
My God.
And it turned out he was right. It turned out he was right.
Right.
The truth comes out when you're on drugs.
Big Brother said, I love a showmance. Next we got... You got anything?
Caitlyn Jenner.
The big booking?
The big I Am.
The big I Am.
Don't you think Caitlyn Jenner had a different personality on
The
Celebrity. Jungle? Yeah, like completely different.
I thought Caitlyn Jenner came across very well in I'm a Celebrity.
Yeah,
I don't know if you'd even watched it.
Yeah, I'll tell you about Caitlyn Jenner because I watched Caitlyn Jenner on the Kardashians and I watched her on I'm a Celebrity.
She was friends with that Jacqueline Josser who won
it,
wasn't
she? And then... on I'm a Celebrity, she was trying to like ingratiate with like the English people, like being like that. She's just like trying to like mix and fit in with whoever's, but that's not her actual personality. I said to Jack, she's a bit of a cunt, and the truth came out right here. It's just like, oh God. Have you ever heard anyone talk about themselves so fucking much? Well, when I did this, when I did that, me and Kanye,
what I loved is how she walked in and went around.
Yeah.
And
like,
asked everyone their name. Yeah. She didn't tell anyone who she was. She just expected them to know.
Yeah, it's just like, she come in and like,
she comes around the corner like, hi.
Yeah.
Here's Johnny.
Jack was like, is this the Caitlyn Jenner show? Why is there so much focus on
Didn't she come in by herself as well? She did, like flip-flop down the fucking driveway with the...
Weird. Oh yeah, granny-ish outfit I've put here. What does Caitlyn Jenner get out of going on these shows? Because obviously she's got loads of money. Yeah, she's obviously got loads of money.
Oh, something to do, I guess.
Do you think
she's retired and bored?
Do you think it's just so she can sort of talk about Kim Kardashian and, just try because,
what do they call the royal family again? It's got a name, like the firm.
Oh, yeah.
It's like part of the workings of the firm. It's like, we'll deploy Caitlyn to Australia to educate the Australians about Kim and Kanye.
No, I didn't mean that. I mean, like, because most of them don't really speak to her anymore.
I think, is she a bit... Is she estranged? Is she not in the Kardashians anymore?
No, she's not in it. No, she's got kicked out. Out of the group. No, because obviously a lot of them fell out of her because of the animosity between her and Chris. Obviously...
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go on, I can tell you.
Was Caitlyn in the Kardashians before she transitioned?
Yeah, for about 20 years.
How long is that? Has that show been on for that long?
Well, 10, 15 years.
And then was her transition in the Kardashians?
No.
So she took herself out of the equation?
Yeah, she transitioned. Basically, her and Chris split up, and that's when she transitioned.
Because Chris couldn't accept this?
Well, no, I don't think it's that Chris couldn't accept it. I think that it was... The marriage was over anyway, and I think Caitlyn wanted to go and do her own thing. Right. I think Chris was sort of okay with it, but... it must be a difficult thing to...
Was it ever talked about in the show?
Yeah, because when Caitlyn did that like Vanity Fair article, like Chris felt very maligned because Caitlyn basically said Chris kind of knew all along, whereas Chris said she never knew, and Caitlyn said basically when they met, Caitlyn was like having, not the surgery but like injections or something to look more feminine, and then when they got married, Chris basically said don't do that anymore. So Caitlyn was saying Chris knew the whole time. Chris said, I did not know until like the last couple of years kind of thing. So that was what the big falling out was about. So
I wonder which side is true.
I feel like Chris did know. Oh. Did half know it or knew something and probably chose to ignore it. Because if you've fallen in love with someone and you want to probably just sweep that under the carpet, don't you?
Maybe, but
I mean, you can't.
Doesn't sound like a good strategy for a happy relationship.
No, but plenty of people do that sort of shit. Yeah, so that was what the big falling out was about. And obviously the kids kind of took Chris's side. But then Caitlyn's youngest two, Kylie and Kendall, they are still... Because they're her actual children. Whereas the Kardashians are Rob Kardashian's children. That lawyer, O.J. Simpson lawyer.
Kim's not blood related to Caitlyn.
I know a lot of shit about this. Yeah, Kim, Courtney and Chloe aren't Caitlyn's children. They're just her stepchildren. Okay, but Caitlyn raised them for like 15 years or whatever.
Oh, so
as Bruce. Yeah.
Yeah, like the dad.
Yeah, and like Kylie and Kendall, that Caitlyn is their dad because they still call her dad. Because it would be it would be a bit weird.
Because you've got a mum already.
Start calling your dad mum. That would be weird.
That's quite odd.
Yeah, so they'd still call her dad. So yeah, but when Bruce was Bruce, he was a twat as well. He's a right dickhead. He's just like a different person depending. She's just like a different person depending on which show she's on.
Yeah, and
I just don't think she's a very nice person. She's just a weird person, I think.
I guess compared to the jungle has a very like let's all live here in harmonious, in harmonious existence together. Whereas this is a competition, so she's come in with a different mindset.
Yeah, that's true.
And Big Brother's gone, there might be some, I don't know if she even knows that Omarosa is there.
Yeah.
But Big Brother's probably primed her to be like someone you're going to know from back home. And then, you know, she, obviously she's hamming this up. Like she's going, Omarosa, you know, you can't trust her. I've heard she's a backstabber. It's like, what's this all about? Why can't you just try and get to know Omarosa and see if you can get along?
It was so personal, wasn't it, from the beginning?
And they never met.
Yeah, and like all this political intrigue being brought into BB Australia. It's like weird.
But also, the level of politics we're talking about is like the dregs, isn't it, of political prowess, really. Although Omarosa has had a proper, serious political career. Yeah. Caitlyn Jenner is by no means politics standard, but then if you look at what we have in politics at the moment, she actually is. That's the irony. Fucking Trump and Boris Johnson, people have to lead countries. No wonder someone like Caitlyn Jenner thinks, I can have a go at it.
Or Kanye.
Is he? He had a go too, didn't he? I didn't know that Kim and Kanye weren't together until Caitlyn started talking about it. I just don't care about them.
No, well, why would you? It's not interesting.
Was it the hologram of the dad that put the the final nail in the coffin?
He was the one who imparted the divorce news. I had to get a lawyer involved, but look, it's your dad. Yeah, so that's your Caitlyn Jenner backstory.
Sonia goes, look, you look great. And she revealed she was 71, and she's like, what's the secret? And then Caitlyn's like,
surgery.
I'll come to Beverly Hills, girl. I'll fix you up with all the right people.
There you go.
So look out for Sonia's face next year.
Yeah, I think Sonia's already got a hookup, don't worry.
I reckon. She looks good though, Sonia. I will give her that.
Look good.
I like the way they dress her.
Jack said her face looks like she's been caught in a wind tunnel, but God, his knives are really out. He comes across like a sweet boy, doesn't he?
So Omarosa goes to Caitlyn, I'm glad you're here, to which Caitlyn basically doesn't say much. No. She goes, I know. I made it last minute. And I'm pretty sure she said, for Katie Hopkins. But it was such like compressed audio that I could barely make it out.
Oh, that's interesting.
But I think she's a replacement for Katie Hopkins.
Oh, that's interesting.
What other fucking divisive cunt can we get in instead of Katie Hopkins? I know, Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Do you know the biggest...
I forgot Katie Hopkins was meant to be in it.
Yeah. I kind of wish she was in a way.
Yeah, but then what if she was getting all chummy with Danny? We'd have to cancel Danny as well.
Well, I think there's many reasons we probably should cancel Danny, but we'll get to that.
Well...
The other thing about the worst thing about Caitlyn Jenner is she is not pro-trans rights. Do you know this?
Yes, I know that. I watched her fucking show with trans people.
She had a show?
Yeah, she sort of went around on this bus with these trans people and they were trying to teach her about what it is to be trans.
Okay, interesting.
And she didn't fucking get it at all because she comes from such a position of privilege.
Wow.
And yeah, I watched that whole entire show. I Am Kate, it was called.
Was it on TV over here?
I think I've seen it, actually. Yeah, I know, she didn't get it, and she was always, doing blunders, and they were always like saying to her, look, you can't do this,
blunders.
Yeah, she was. She was kind of like, yeah, the best thing about being a woman is, you get to wear makeup, and men open doors for you, and, shit like that.
Okay, yeah,
and they were just like, there's a bit more to it than that. Shit like that,
she's come out, she's been asked, she's running for governor of California.
She's a fucking conservative.
She's a Republican. Yeah. She's been asked about sports in schools and whether, trans children should compete amongst their gender.
Oh,
And she
no.
says, no, we need to protect school sports. It's like, A, how many trans kids even are there?
Yeah.